Hey guys, what's up? Retro Shinobi here, coming at you another video. In this video, we're going to go over a Facebook Marketplace deal that I got, and we're going to show a couple other pickups. So, we're going to start with something that I got from Goodwill. Now, I paid $2 for this. I think it was $2.50 for their CDs. It is PlayStation Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And it's actually in very good condition. I looked up sold comps on eBay, and it's trending around $15. I am adding this into the collection. It'll be the first PlayStation 1 game that I am adding to the collection. I don't know if it's a good game or not. It looks like it might be. So we'll find out, right? Then I went to Jay's like at the beginning of the week, and I didn't see anything that I wanted for my collection, but I did notice 3 games in the case for the TurboGrafx 16. I sent images to my dad because he's a really big TurboGrafx fan, and there was one that really caught his eye, and so I picked it up for him. He sent me the money. I'm not keeping this for the collection. I'm not counting it towards anything. That is Ninja Spirit for the TurboGrafx 16. And as you can see right here, the price on it was $99.99. I didn't take that off because I wanted to show, what it was going for. It is complete. The manual is a little creased, but other than that, it's in very good shape. And if you look at sold comps on eBay, this is trending towards $140 to $150. So $100 is a pretty good price point, even if you were just wanting to buy it to resell. For us, it's going to go into the bigger collection, the one that's not behind me right now. But I have an amazing Facebook Marketplace lot. So earlier, this is like over a month ago, I messaged a guy about a Game Boy Advance SP lot where he only showed 4 games and then had a bunch of other games in a bag. And he had it for $500. So I asked him, I shot him a message and was like, what are the other games? Because, I was like, $500. It's got to be something crazy with the other games. And I did the math, and it was just a little bit over $500 in worth based off of eBay. So I was like, okay, I'm not interested right now. But a couple of days ago, I noticed that I got to send a message because the listing was decreased from $500 to $250. So I sent the guy a message and I said, I will do $200 if you, and I can come and pick it up right now. So the guy said, how about tomorrow? I said, okay. So I picked it up, and I'm going to show that to you now. It is in an amazing lot. So first off, we have a Game Boy Advance SP001. The shell itself is pretty scratched up, but the screen is in very, very minty condition. The buttons and everything work just fine as well, and the kicker is it powers on perfectly, no issues. I did have to clean it out a little bit. It was a little dirty. And of course that comes with the charger. Now we have a couple of Game Boy Advance games and a couple of Game Boy and Game Boy Color games. Now I'm going to go into the Game Boy Advance games first because there's actually less value there than there is in the Game Boy and Game Boy Color, which is really shocking. So we're going to get started with the Game Boy Advance games. We've got Kingdom Hearts. We've got Dynasty Warriors Advance. We've got Mega Man Battle Network 3 White. We've got The Legend of Zelda 4 Swords Link to the Past. Now, I just recently sold this from that other big lot for $35, so I know that this is a solid $35 bill. So that's really nice. We've got Earthworm Jim, and I did make sure all of these have the imprinted numbers, letters, that kind of thing to prove their authenticity. So Earthworm Jim, we actually didn't even have this one for the original collection, so this is definitely one that I'm going to be holding on to for the collection, for this collection. Next, we have Final Fantasy 1-2 Dawn of Souls. Now, this is definitely going into the collection. It is shiny mint. It looks like they got a lot of these games from GameStop. There's a lot of these like stickers on the back of them. So, you know, lucky me, I guess. Next, we got Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, which back in the day they paid $6 at GameStop for. Ooh. This is also going into the collection. And then the one that I was the most excited about and then ended up being pretty disappointed is Final Fantasy V Advance. Now, if you look in the top left or top right corner, you will see that there is some lifting of the label and it's discolored. I'm probably going to hold on to this until I can find a better copy and then, you know, sell this copy. But this is, again, like a $35, $40 game, so awesome profit. I'm sure you're looking at those and like, okay, well, that's a pretty good deal even for all of those games. That's about $200 worth. And you'd be right. Console's 80 all day in that condition, especially if, you know, if I were to swap out the case and, you know, do a couple of modifications to it, I could definitely get some good money for it. But there are a lot of Game Boy and Game Boy Color games that are worth some good money. Let's get into the ones that aren't worth a lot of money. We've got Paperboy 2, which is cracked in the corner there. We got Alleyway. We got Go-Go Tank. This, I put it in and tested. It is a Pokemon trading card game. No label though, so I'm probably gonna hold on to that until I get a Game Boy Advance that I'm selling. Maybe sell it with it, you know. We got Nemesis. We got Centipede. And now we're getting into the good stuff. To start off, before we get into the stuff that's kind of similar, we will show off a game I was really surprised to see in the lot. It was something it's been on my radar for a while, but we've never found. That is Buster Bros for the original Game Boy. It is a little dirty, but the label itself is in great condition. I should have absolutely no trouble cleaning this up. This is a $60 bill all day. So, you know, this is really awesome to see in the lot. I am going to be holding on to this for the collection. And now for the best part. We've got Pokemon Silver, $50 bill. The save battery works on this. It's insane. You almost never see that now, especially. We got Pokemon Blue. It's kind of really messed up. He said that this game only works sometimes. I might have to crack it open and figure out what's going on. Or, you know, the truth is it probably just needs a little bit of a clean. Because that one was only working sometimes, he bought another copy of Pokemon Blue. Now, all three of those are $50 bills all day. And all of the game, the save batteries work. And for this one too. This is the most expensive game in the lot. The Pokemon games I am going to be selling because I already have them all. I was actually really surprised when I looked up how much this is going for. I am going to have to open it up and do some cleaning because it looks like there's a little bit of gunk in and around the cartridge, but nothing that I can't take care of and clean up and make it look pretty much brand new. And that game is Pokemon Crystal. Now, as you can see, the label is in very good condition. There is a little damage right there, but other than that, it is in great shape. But as you can see, there's a little bit of damage, and there's a little bit of damage right there, which was concerning when I first grabbed it and looked at it. I was like, oh, great. Is it going to be, like, corroded or whatever? But it looks like there was just a little bit of gunk that got in there because I am able to play it with absolutely no issues. It saves. Don't need to switch out the battery. And it's in great condition, you know. This is a $130 to $150 game. Altogether, like I said, the value of this is over $500. I am going to keep Buster Bros for the collection, I'm going to keep Final Fantasy 1-2, Final Fantasy 5, and Final Fantasy Tactics. I'm going to keep Earthworm Jim, and I am going to keep Dynasty Warriors Advanced, only because it's only worth like $5. It also might be fun, you know? I'm going to try it out and see what I think. But yeah, the rest of it I'm going to sell. I'm toying with the idea of taking this console and modding it. In a video that I'm going to upload, I did mod the blue SP, if you've watched one of the older videos, that was broken, and I have it in this nice Famicom style. You know, I just switched out the case on it. But I will be showing a dedicated video to this. It'll be a shorter video, just kind of showing a couple of the stages and then showing it off in a little more detail. So I've been thinking about doing something similar with that one, and maybe trying to delve into getting a USB-C charger for it, like doing that modification, and then getting a different screen to kind of upgrade it, and then try to see if that's something that I would be interested in doing for all of my future SP consoles going forward. So yeah, that is all that I have for you this week. We are going to go into the recap right now, and then, you know, we'll get closed out. Thank you so much for watching. If you've watched this far, please leave a comment about what your favorite Game Boy game, or just what your favorite game was that I got this week. Without further ado, we're going to get into the video game collection update. All right, guys, this is the current state of the collection. We're dealing with $5,937 with a total of 107 entries. If we look at the games, you can see some of these games, you know, as always, I am beefing with price charting because I don't think that they're accurate. They list loose Final Fantasy V for $28. And I mean, if you look at sold listings, some of them are less, but you can get like pretty good, authentic $30 to $40 listings. There's a lot of fakes, and I don't know how price charting is going about that, you know, mitigating fake copies or reproduction games from being counted towards their average price. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth has decreased in value. Dragon Warrior has increased to $10. You love to see that. If you look at the price history here, for loose, it's kind of fluctuated between $9 and $10. So, small victories there. Yakuza 0 has gone down in price. Granblue Fantasy Relink Deluxe Edition has gone up in value. And here we have Pokemon Silver up in value, Pokemon Gold up in value, Pokemon Crystal up in value. So as you can see here, even with price charting, they show that $137 is the current going price for a copy of Pokemon Crystal. So as we can see here, loose, 135, 123, 150, 120, 200, 200, 130, 150. And this is largely in due to condition, which again, I'm not sure that price charting takes into account when they show all of these, because you have one here that went for 120. Maybe that 120 was in poor condition. You know, maybe there was some label damage, or maybe the battery didn't save, and you just don't know that, right? When you look at all of these prices, obviously you can see from the title, new save battery, tested and saves, new battery. But this one right here went for 200, and they didn't say that. So how do you know, right? But, you know, I will continue to hate on price charting until the day I die, I think, probably. So, you know, Pokemon Emerald, up. Drill Dozer, up. Metroid Zero Mission, down. That's kind of surprising to me. Pokemon Trading Card Game, loose, is going for about $22. Obviously, without a label, that's going to be a little bit less. I'll just have to wait and see how much I'll be able to get for that. You know, if we continue to go, oh man, Integrate went down by $7. If you look at the CIB price, it is shot up recently, probably with the advent of the new Final Fantasy VII Remake because before you were looking more around, your $50-$60 range, and then it just continually spiked and spiked and spiked. Brand new is going for about $223, which is very surprising. But yeah, so this is the current state of the collection. We're doing pretty well, I would say. We're getting very close to $6,000 in value. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that the $10,000 goal is going to be absolutely demolished. Which means I'm gonna have to focus a little bit more on the other aspects of the $10,000 challenge. So you guys will have to be, stay tuned for that and kind of see how that continues to go on. Again, I want to thank everybody who watched this far. I really appreciate it. It definitely helps. If you could please subscribe, hit like, leave a comment. It really helps me out a lot, and I really appreciated it. Anyways, this is Retro Shinobi signing out.